What's up, everybody? Welcome to my Cowboys family. Hell yeah, let's go. Got week 2 coming up, giant game, or as we say, the New York Giants. ... Was that too early in the stream? I don't know. The new rules of YouTube, I think, actually help us on this one. Either way, it's about football here tonight, and Dallas Cowboys chat here on MCF, my Cowboys family. CeeDee Lamb's drops. You saw our reactions to that. Dak Prescott, great game. Pretty good marks for Mr. Schottenheimer. And, of course, in that Eagle game, the loss, but we have another loss as well, which is number 26, Deron Bland, a top cornerback, not just for the Cowboys, but for the league. He's going to miss this game and more. We'll discuss that and more with you guys here in a moment. But first, let's shout out those that make the world go round and round. Round we go. Yes, it's the crew here, people that have been sponsoring this channel for this basically last quarter of a year. So shout outs to the man, John Luna, our sponsor of the quarter. You see him there, the second to the bottom of the screen. John Luna is pretty much, I think, 75% of the of the support on the channel for this year. Him, Mark Hovsepian, and again many others. But man, big shout outs to John Luna. Thank you, and check out the write up on him. His buddy passed away last year, and information is there if you guys do want to donate to that. So there's a little story behind it. Check it out. It's in the description. Anyways, I do want to say not just shout out to him, but shout out to everybody in the chat, sponsor of the quarter, and Motor City Maniac, who is our Cash App King. Yes, wearing that crown. He is a Detroit Lions fan. But much love to him. Him and I have a great discourse on the After Dark channels and the political talk of stuff. But football talk we do here. So, Motor, go Cowboys. John Luna has also got 90 points on the stream, boss. Yeah, that's Mr. Solomon Thomas. If you guys are trying to get the numbers down still for the players, that's our defensive tackle. Actually, our backup defensive tackle, but he gets a lot of snaps. And I think he's gonna, he's a solid veteran. Anyways, John Luna, shout outs for him there, as well as he's sponsor of the week, and he's also the gifting champion. John Luna has 3 out of 75%, 3 out of 4 portions of the board is owned by John Luna. So shout outs to him, and Motor City as well, taking that 4th spot there on the on those leaderboards. Now, as far as this month's leaderboards, we do have a different. It's not Motor City. We have a different. You say Cash App King. It started with it's interesting because you see all the different ways: Cash App, Venmo, PayPal. There's also the message on the screen, which is through Streamlabs. All those ways are kind of like the After Dark channel ways. That's not through YouTube, but that's kind of called the Cash App King, and that's Motor City, who had it last month. But who's in the lead right now? Well, she kicked it off right with this month with the first game. From the After Dark channels. Pat Pfeiffer rocking it. Shout outs to Pat Pfeiffer. Go Cowboys. She is a Cowboys fan. And she's repping it. Right now, she's in the lead. I will say we had a pre-stream drop in the Cash App by Daniel Berry. Daniel Berry Sports Highlights. Subscribe to him. Great channel. He's a Rams fan. I like to say who's fans of what, because we have fans from all over, which is what I like here on this channel. I want people to support. I don't want people to kiss ass at the Cowboys. I want them supporting the team that they support, and that's let's have the discussion. Anyways, Pat Pfeiffer repping the Cowboys, that star. That's always a little better. Shout outs to her. And then of course John Luna's got the stream boss. The overall leader right now is the man staying skeptical, Cowboy fan, Mr. Skeptical fan. Much love to him, Skeptical fan. He's currently the leader, I think, on the overall. Let me just double check that for a second. Oh shit, I'm sorry. It is John Luna who's in the lead on that. My fault on that. John Luna is trying to go back to back. So shout outs to him. He's on the overall lead right now. And if I recall correctly, I think Indian Boogie, if I'm not mistaken, is the current. Is it Indian Boogie? No, who is it? Who's the person with the gifting lead right now? Damn, I'm a little behind on mine. Give me a second, guys. Damn. I think I messed up on that one. Give me a minute. I'll just check right here on the leaderboard. I think we have it scrolling at the bottom there. Let me just go back and check who it was. Yes, we have the. Is there a leader at all? Oh, Skeptical fan, of course. Damn. The first day we had our stream of this month, he jumped in there and dropped 5 on it. 5 gifted memberships from Skeptical Fan. Plus, he's in the Star membership. Not just him. That's the top-notch membership side of things. Skeptical Fan, Mary Alvarez, Aussie, and John Luna. Much love to you guys. You're in the top shelf membership there. In the Star level, there's also the Over Everything level. But shout out to those in between our last stream and now who jumped in the membership or dropped any love. And those, Dave Brown, the Bourbon Hunter, said, "Go football." He's a Bengals fan. Shout out to Dave. By the way, hitting one of those. You say that hit the bullseye. He hit the goal right there. So we didn't hit the goal yet, but he hit the bullseye to try to get to that goal of 15 for the night. That's the first one hit. Dave being the place to be. Much love to you, bro. Appreciate you. He's the After Dark guy, one of the After Dark crew, and he's a big Bengals fan. Don't let him fool you. Anyways, shout out to you, man. Dave, thank you. He said go football. And we're going to talk a little football tonight here. We do I shout out everybody here. Also Dwayne Broussard, A. Lavelle, Q-Man, Justin Quarles, because they're in the silver level and they get the Friday shout outs, which, it's today, Friday. So it's officially Friday now, I guess, in the morning. But yes, the next stream we're going to have will be the game day stream. So keep that in mind. John Luna. Now, I know we usually do them 5 a clip. Never in doubt from you, Mr. John. I already had it written down. But just so you know, guys, I mean, there's a little caveat to this. Thank you, sir. He said, as promised, here's the super chat to cover the bullseye goal. Obviously, back to 100 points on the stream boss. Boom. As he enters the room. Takes over. Shout-outs to him. And now, what we kind of agreed to is that we are having. Let me explain this. So again, there's also the I told you the outside of YouTube ways of dropping donations and love and support. There's also the obviously YouTube side like that, like Dave Brown just did, and the man John Luna just dropped. That is the super chat way. Of course, is the thanks button. I think Citizen Z's in here because of the thanks button on the After Dark channels. There's also the of course jumping into the membership. Let me shout out those people in the membership that's jumped in since then. Let me see. We had Mary Alvarez who jumped in on game day. Aussie, Citizen Z, Amazing Games, Tammy Soltis. Thank you all on the board there. It should reflect the totals there. John Luna stays at the top spot because he just dropped the 7-5 on us. Shout out to the man John Luna. Thank you, sir. We bow down. But we had a pre-stream discussion on things, and that's why I'm going to open up the next screen so you guys can see what I'm talking about. Give me a minute here. Hold on. I've been doing too much After Dark, man. I'm out of sorts here. Here we go. Boom. The jersey raffle. Pat, I'm sorry. Gotta take it back. There you go. Quarterly jersey raffle. That's for the people in the last quarter, but it also counts for this right now. We haven't done it yet. We're going to do the raffle on Sunday, probably around halftime or the end of the game against the Giants. So come back and join us to see who wins it. Yes. John Luna's getting there a bunch of times. We already have the 8 people in the raffle, but tonight we're going to open it up to 14 others. What do I mean by that? Well, now it's 13 because Dave Brown's got one of the spots. We have, as soon as we fill up that goal tonight, I should change it, the description. But if you guys drop $5 or more in the super chat, you'll be automatically entered into this particular raffle, which takes a lot to get into. The people that are in it, star level's been spread out over like 4 months, so that kind of equals the same thing. The same thing with, there's no over everything in it. So, and the quarterly winner was the man, Marco Sepian. So he's in it, plus the 4 names we picked out at halftime of last week's opening game against the Eagles. This week against the Giants at halftime or end of game, we're going to do a raffle with those 8 people, plus the next, I guess, I've got Dave Brown's in the mix there, and we have 13 more spots available. So get in now, get in quick before it fills up. Anyways, thank you again, John Luna. You're the man. Appreciate you, man. It's been such a long. The main reason we're doing this is because it's been such a long it's like a 3 month span, so 3+ months. So we figure, let's open it up to more people to have a chance, since it was just a very small amount, and it was more about the stream amounts than it was anything else. So thank you all again. Appreciate you all, especially the man John Luna. Now let me get it moving on. We're going to talk some football here, but I got to get this out the way. But just again, remember, it's a sewn and stitched jersey. We do those. This is where it started from. So shout outs to you guys. Now let me Take that screen off, damn it. Yeah, so you can see the wife is not going to be joining me today because she is pretty much on the way to sleep. So she will be back for the reaction game, the reaction live stream on Sunday afternoon. So keep that in mind. Now, oh, look at me in the house. Oh, sorry, baby, he's not in the house tonight with us, but we got a lot of other people in the house here representing. Who, you might ask? Well, let's say the man Dave Brown who's in the raffle. He's in the raffle immediately. Can win himself a Cincinnati Bengals jersey. Will he go with Joe Burrow? Is that what you go with? AOD in the place to be. Dwayne Broussard. Appreciate you, sir. Kenzie Bands. Karam Marani. We got a Giants sighting in here. He's saying, I bet CeeDee Lamb will not drop the ball. Not this week. NYG31. Much love to you, bro. He's been around for a long time. John Luna said, the guy who makes the Angel Reese me bounds made a similar video about CeeDee Lamb. Oh, that fucking sucks. John Luna. He is a Houston Texans fan, so remember, everybody represents their teams here. I like that. Even though here, you're going to hear me only say Go Cowboys. Nate Rosario in the house. Antoine Scott, what's up? He's repping the Bills Mafia. And we got John Luna saying, thanks for letting me do that instead of me placing a bunch of bullseye goals and giving them away. That's all good, man. This is an easier way of doing it. So now it's just up to people that if they want to get into a raffle like this, that is a great way of doing it. Now, what we'll do for the next time is make it, let's say, for the, for like for the name pulls and that kind of stuff. If you decide to do something like that, this is just because it's been such a long time. The next one's gonna be like only a month, so we'll probably just do it for like one time and just kind of do it that way. So, anyways, let me see here. We got that's it. I think we're good. Oh yeah, I see Nate Rosario saying rip Charlie Kirk. We discussed that on the After Dark channels. We try to steer clear from the political discussions here, but you know me. Sometimes things get intertwined. You never know. That's what discussions are for. And again, if you guys do drop and hit the bullseye, it means $5 or more in the super chat. That means you will be entered into this jersey raffle. It's brought to you by John Luna, by us here, but also John Luna making it happen for you guys on a special one-time happening here on My Cowboys Family. Let's go with the NFL news first. And I'm going to start with, I don't care about anybody else. Sorry, guys, or the teams. I'm going to start with Cowboy-related news, and there's going to be Cowboys that are cut from our team that are now looking for jobs in other places. One of them found a spot, the other one did not. Andrew Booth, cornerback for the Cowboys, formerly number 25, he was cut, and he was supposed to be. The Cowboys kind of said they wanted him back on the practice squad. They never went and got him. It's just like, he said, "Peace, see you later." So he still doesn't have a job anywhere. So hey, guess what he did? He worked out for the Bills Mafia over there, for the Buffalo Bills. Kind of a full. It's almost like we traded him. Gave him to the Bills to get basically Elam that we have in our team right now. He's starting number 20 for us. Again, they wanted him over Elam in 2022. The Bills. Right? Am I wrong about that, there, Antoine Scott? I'm pretty sure I'm right about that. But either way, the Cowboys. We ended up, of course, trading. I think we traded for Booth, giving up I forgot, we get a very low-key guy, a very low-level guy. And then we cut him when we traded him for Elam, basically, at the end of training camp. So, again, I'm curious if the Bills do work. They worked him out. I don't know if they got him yet, but if they do pick him up, they'll probably put him, again, not on the 53, but on the practice squad and work him up from there as he gets to know the Bills' defensive scheme. Now, the Broncos... Again, that's a possible pickup. He's not been picked up yet that I've heard. The Denver Broncos, they picked up a former Cowboy. You guys might know this guy. He's tiny, but you know him. Deuce Vaughn. Deuce Vaughn, of course, been cut by the Cowboys. The same situation, never reclaimed on waivers on the practice squad. So Deuce Vaughn was a free agent. But the Broncos signed Deuce Vaughn today to their practice squad. Now, they have a smaller, elusive type back. And kind of a path to the active roster in the Broncos mindset. Why do I say that? Because they have a crowded running back room. The thing is with him, his overall numbers with the Cowboys, Deuce Vaughn, very little play. 2023 Cowboys draft pick in the 6th round, was it? He got 40 carries in his career with the Cowboys, 110 yards in 2 years, and then we cut him. But again, remember, Cowboys they were using him incorrectly. What I'm hearing is that Sean Payton over there with the Broncos, is it Sean Payton that's there? I think he is. He's saying, I know how to use them. And again, you can think back to Darian Sproles, when he was at the Saints and he did his thing there. So keep that in mind, that he sees a path for Deuce Vaughn. You're going to see the difference between a team that does not know how to use a player. You might see this. Like the Cowboys, they might not know how to use Deuce Vaughn, even with two different coaches, compared to someone like Sean Payton, who might know how to use a guy like him and his stature. Just throwing it out there. Now, exciting news for the Cowboys. If you've been watching some of my short videos out there, you've seen that Jadeveon Clowney came to visit the Cowboys. Defensive edge rusher. The Cowboys been talking about him for like 4 fucking years. I've been hearing his name all the time. Jadeveon Clowney. Every year. And it's just every year he gets older, and then he goes to the Seahawks, and he goes to the Ravens. And so anyways, the point is that he came to visit. He's still a free agent, probably asking for a lot of money. The Cowboys had him come into town and check things out. We didn't see any pass rush from our front four. 0 pass rush. 0.0 pass rush against the Eagles in week 1. So he came and worked out with the Cowboys, left the facility without a deal. No signing. That's a typical Dallas move, because now they work downwards, the Cowboys. Whatever you're asking for, they work down. They don't work towards it. They work down or push it backwards. It's a tough situation to kind of decipher, but there's just no meeting point with the Cowboy front office. So I do not expect Jadeveon Clowney to sign with the Cowboys. That was my initial reaction to this. The plan, again, he left without a contract, but the plan for Clowney, Jadeveon Clowney, was to come to Dallas on Wednesday, visit, have the physical. That's what he did. The Cowboys are going to play the Giants in 2 days, less than 2 days, basically. They're about 2 days, right? And Sunday. They're keeping contact, that's what I'm hearing, with Jadeveon Clowney. And something to monitor. But even if he does go on, if the Cowboys sign him now, right now, dropped it right there. The Cowboys sign Jadeveon Clowney. Guess what's going to happen? He ain't playing this game. He's not going to play against the New York Giants. So just there's no rush to get a deal done right now at this point. That's it. Now, there is an early word that you heard pretty much after Jadeveon Clowney left the Cowboys facility from inside the Star, meaning the front offices, meaning Stephen Jones, Jerry Jones, and anybody around them. Quote, probably not going to sign Jadeveon Clowney. So if you guys were excited about that, sorry to say, it's not going to happen, guys. Not going to happen. So just wanted to throw the first bits of NFL news before we keep it going here. A little bit more, I guess, about the. I'll get into the Eagles game in a minute that we just played. I mean, you heard our reactions. You can't really do any more than that. I do want to say shout outs to everybody in the house. John Luna, you can see him right there. I'm going to do something so you guys can. I'm sorry. Oh man, coughing up there. You guys can do this here. Look at this. I'm going to do a little bit of repinning up there. It says hitting the goal. Well, we hit the goal with John Luna 75. It's more about this right here. I'm going to replace the pin message, and you can see what it says. So tonight, only tonight, every person that hits the bullseye, which is $5 or more, on that the bullseye, the super chat, with a super chat, $5 or more. And again, anybody who hits it, and we have 13 spots left. Not sure how much time left on it. An hour and 9 minutes, so a lot of time. I know we got 15 people in the house, but that's all of you basically can have a raffle entry. Again, $5 to get into that jersey raffle. That usually does not happen that easy on here. So shout out to the man, John Luna. And again, automatically entering into the main raffle, which we're doing at halftime of the Giants game. This is all from the man, John Luna. Reiterating that. Now, that was my little break for a second. Now, I'm going to get back to it. And Truth Bomb is part of the Navy Blue crew because, oh shit, AOD. I did not. Are you in the memberships? I did not even know you were in the membership, brother. I guess you must have jumped into membership too. Yo. D in the place to be. Thank you, sir. And gifting a membership. to Truth Bomb. Boom. Just like that. Daniel Mesa in the house. Brother, it's been a while. This is a long time, my man. Man, I hope you're doing well. I see some of your... I forgot which social media I barely use out there, but I've seen some of your stuff out there, you and your family, man. I hope the best is going on right now with you and yours. The man, Daniel Mesa, big thumbs up to him, and he's in the raffle as well. Just putting down everyone's name one by one here, trying to get everyone into this thing. So shout outs there to both you guys, although I say, hey, we got some spots available because AOD went a different way, you see. So... that's a way of leaving open spots for people. That's awesome. Thank you, AOD, and thank you, Daniel Mesa. Thank you guys both. I'll update the board overall a little bit. Joey Badass said, hold up, I want to be in this thing too. And just like that, he's in this thing. Joey Badass in the house. And he dropped 5 on it. And with that, he said, let's fucking go, MCF 40 burger on Sunday. Let's go. Let's talk about them Cowboys. And what we think we're going to see. Oh, not just, you got to look to your past sometimes to see the future coming, right? So, hey, it's all good, man. Hey, I understand. We've been MIA on here. We've been MIA as well on My Cowboys Family. So, and again, because most of these streams would be like this. Wife's, sleeping. She's got an earlier shift. And, I got the insomnia late night style. So, if anything, I'd go at 3 o'clock in the morning if I can do it. But then definitely no one's going to be awake. So, if I went an hour earlier, I'd probably have 30 people in here. But I go late night, and that's kind of the style that I do here. And it's for the West Coast fans as well. So, shout outs to all Cowboy fans all over the world because we're America's team, and no matter what time it is. Joey Badass in the house on the board and in the raffle. So, we got, again, 4 out of 15 spots taken. Who's going to take the other 11 spots? We'll see what happens. Now, as I continue, I'll try to make these faster, but we have to talk about the Spitgate situation there with Jalen Carter in the Eagle game. When we started that, before the game started, they hurt one of their guys got hurt, and then first play, Dak spits on the ground. Connects eyes with Jalen Carter, and then makes a smirk. They talk a little shit, and Jalen Carter spits Dak's chest, basically. We all see that Jalen Carter was immediately ejected. A lot of people are saying Dak should have been ejected. He was a dirty player and all that stuff. Dak did not spit on any human. Spitting on the ground and talking shit does not equate to spitting on someone's chest like that. So, again, Jalen Carter, that's why he was ejected. But he's basically just lost, $11,000, one game bonus, one game active roster because he did not play a play. That counted as him missing a full game because there was no time off the clock. So, because of that, that was what the NFL considered enough punishment. They were going to suspend him for a full game, but because he already missed the entire Cowboy game, it was like he was suspended for that one. So that's the way they counted as a one-game suspension served for Jalen Carter for the spitting, which was the Cowboy game. Now, if there was one snap and then he spit, he would have missed the second game. You guys feel me on that? That's literally what happened. The Eagles get by and skin by the hairs in their chinny chin motherfucking chin, man. Those Eagles. Anyways, fuck Philly. Anyway, as I continue, let me continue. We did lose to Philadelphia, but Cowboys only had 4 penalties. And you see, we had 4. Now we have 5 hits on there. Joey Badass saying, give me another raffle entry. I think that's the way it might work. I'm not sure here. But Joey Badass said, I got 5. I think he wanted 1 apiece. I think he did say. I think he said that. So, just going to put it at that. But either way, brother, thank you. Joey Badass says, here we go with the fire. Now, I will say this. And again, if there's open spots, you can get as many as you want. I guess as many spots as you want on here. But the 4 penalties the Cowboys had on Thursday night, not this Thursday night, last week, a week ago, when we played against the Eagles to open the season. The Cowboys only had 4 penalties that game. That was the fewest the Cowboys had since an opening game, which was 3 penalties against the Giants back in 2015. So over basically a decade ago. And again, the 42 yards off of the penalties. The Cowboys got 4 penalties, but we lost 42 yards in that. We're the second fewest in the last 11 years, which I think was 35 yards we had in 2015 as well, I think. So, yeah, both were 11-year-old penalties there. So again, second fewest. The fewest was in 2020, where we only were flagged for 35 yards. So that was a little bit of it. This was the second best in yardage, number one, when it comes to number of flags in over a decade. It's crazy. So now I will shift over to just a couple individual performances real quick. And for those that always bitch about Dak Prescott, well, Dak had a goddamn good game. Can't bitch that much about this one. I'm sorry. And even if I've bitched a little bit about Dak in the more recent years, he had a fantastic game. Nothing happened in this game that was his fault, in my opinion. Or you know what I mean? The normal quarterback bullshit that happens to every quarterback, but nothing that fell in his arm. So when you look at his performance in Week 1 versus all quarterbacks this year so far, he has a 90.0 grade analytically. He has an 86.1 passing grade. That's third best in the NFL. He's fourth in the big time window throws. So when he goes those big time throws, it's tied for second in the NFL. As far as being accurate, 10.9 ADOT, which is third most accurate in the NFL. 90.4 grade under pressure, second best in the NFL, and 83.0. That's the grade he has when he was blitzed. Third best in the NFL. Very impressive start for number 4. And I'll say this, again, it's only one game, but it wasn't against like the Arizona Cardinals. It was against the Philadelphia Eagles, Super Bowl champions. You guys feel me on this? Dak Prescott, said Joey Badass. Hell yeah. Now, what about good grades for Dak? Got to give him credit there. I kind of see Dak can do this once every 4 games easily, guys. Just don't put it on him every single game. That's all I've been saying, and I'll keep saying it. What about Schottenheimer? Well, good. I've been talking much more shit about not being sure about Schottenheimer's ways, low penalties, offense. He's more of an offense guy. Offense looked efficient out there for the most part. Very good defense for the Eagles. And there were some breakdowns there as well with the drops from CeeDee Lamb. You can't even harp on that. That's a once in a lifetime situation. So again, I thought it was good grades, good marks, good start for head coach Brian Schottenheimer. Now he did say this. He said that CeeDee Lamb was at the star. And again, if you watch some of the video shorts we have, you will see CeeDee Lamb on one knee, getting to the jugs machine, catching the footballs. You'll see him, running around catching. Again, that's literally the first thing he did when he got off the plane. So basically, he says that it shows kind of the way that CeeDee Lamb is. Now, people are saying he should have been practicing this beforehand. He should have had his mind into it in game days. Get paid, most was more than any other receiver in the NFL. I think other than Justin Jefferson. Either way. He's going to bounce back from this. I have great confidence in this, and CeeDee Lamb said himself, he's bouncing back from this thing. That's it. No ifs, ands, or buts. Now, that's kind of the offense. Let's kind of get to, I say offense, that's offense from that game. I want to roll to the kind of the defensive side of things, and maybe what we might see coming up in the next game. Because some of these things include, I guess you could say a little offense. Let's say rookies, and we'll go a little defense for this game and for this past game against the Eagles, and also looking towards the fucking Giants. So what do I mean by that? Well, rookie Jaden Blue. We're expecting him to make a big splash and do all these things. Jaden Blue's been blue right now, not being very used. He had an injury during the preseason in training camp, but he was inactive Week 1, a healthy scratch. Brian Schottenheimer said, quote, young players like Jaden Blue, it hits at different times. He's extremely talented, but you have to earn your chance to get out there. There has to be consistency. Now, he did have troubles with fumbles in college. So to me, it's a situation where he might, it's a guess, but maybe he was not consistent with holding on to the football. Not trustworthy, inactive. Still a rookie. Still can improve, but inactive for Week 1. We'll see what happens Week 2, and then we turn the page. And, I hope that with the Giants, he'll be active, and maybe we can see more of him. A guy that we not going to see him on the screen, but he's number 35, Maurice Leal-Fowl on defense, linebacker, under Matt Eberflus. I mean, under anybody. This guy, again, he looks like Troy Polamalu, if you know him from the Steelers, with the hair coming out in the back there. But he plays linebacker instead of safety. Maurice Leal-Fowl. He's a guy I think you have to watch but he has to get an opportunity. He only had 6 defensive snaps against the Eagles. I'm sorry, Everfluss. That's our defensive coordinator. You got to do better than that shit. With one of your, I'd say, I guess you could say, best chance to make a leap in this thing. Best guy to make a splash going forward. It's kind of unexpected. This is the guy right here you want to use. He did great last year when he was forced to play, and he did great. He's like a little bit smaller version of number 0, Overshown, who we'll see in Thanksgiving and beyond, but not now. So we need that splash out there. We need number 0. I mean, when we get him, we need him back for Thanksgiving, number 0. But we need number 35, Maurice Leo-Fowl. We need him out on that field more. 6 snaps, not going to cut it. What about this upcoming Giants game? So according to defensive coordinator Matt Everfluss, responding to the 6 snaps that Maurice Leo-Fowl got, he said, quote, everything is a competition and it's evaluated in every practice. Damone Clark, I'm going to say number 18, Damone Clark did a really good job in training camp, so he got more snaps, but so did Maurice. Maurice did a great job, too, in training camp. He's practiced his tail off last week, and this past week, and he's earned the right for those reps. So, again, we should be seeing more reps from number 35, Maurice Leo-Fowl at linebacker. I want to fucking see that shit. And I want to see number 35 used in a more full way, not in a 6-snap way. I want to see 36 snaps, 46 snaps, 56, dare I say? I know we got Damone Clark fighting a couple snaps in there, but give Maurice Leo-Fowl some shots in there on certain downs and certain situations that fit him better, that make it easier for him to kind of read the offense and fit into the defense. That's my 2 cents. My 2 cents on that. And then what else we got here? Oh, yeah. Our favorite bust. Defensive tackle Mazi Smith. What's going on with him? He was inactive last week against the Eagles. Jerry Jones spoke about this, and when he kind of touched on that in a little 105.3 The Fan interview, I'm not even going to speak his words. I don't want to think about Jerry Jones, but basically what he said about his status for week 2, don't expect any changes. So no Mazi Smith. He's a healthy scratch as well. Do not expect Mazi Smith, number 58, defensive tackle, to be active for the Giants game. That says a lot. 2 weeks in a row. So I said, let me see what the defensive coordinator said about this. So I checked into this. Matt Everfluss, our defensive coordinator, hey, he did actually speak on Mazi Smith and what he has to do to get on the field. He said, quote, he just has to have more consistency. Interesting terms to hear. Consistency, very important. He said, we have to see more consistency from him. He's done that. He's just not done it at a more consistent level. That's really it. That's been our message to him throughout the building. He's improving on that for sure. End quote. Now, hey, this is his fucking third year of this shit. Enough is enough. I mean, this is devastating. This is embarrassing. So Mazi Smith, the biggest, maybe a bigger bust than Taco Charlton. I can't believe I'm fucking saying that, but I'm saying it. So just a little bit of info there on that side. When you look at this past game against the Eagles, of course, someone like Mazi Smith was inactive, but who was active? Who got some shots in there? Again, talking about from the inside, a defensive tackle and the edge rusher here, which again with no Micah Parsons, who's looking great out there, guys. Cowboys, when it comes to quarterback pressures against Jalen Hurts and the Eagles in Week 1, Sam Williams, he did not have I don't think he had a sack, but he had 5 pressures on Jalen Hurts. Dante Fowler on the other side had 4 pressures. So 9 pressures from both. Micah got 9 on his own. I'm just saying. Osa Odigizua from the inside, he's getting $20 million a year. He got 4. Okay, from the inside, that's more difficult. Kenny Clark just came in here for Micah. He's 350 pounds. He's the fattest guy. He got 3 pressures on the quarterback, and he got a sack. And Marshawn Nealon got a sack as well, half sack as well with Kenny Clark. He had 3 pressures, second-year edge guy. So he's more of a run stopper. So not much truly consistent pressure from our Cowboy edges or defensive line. Anyone against the Eagles when it comes to the front 4. not a good look here as we enter against the Giants, although a lot easier team. Now, let me go back to Kenny Clark for a second, guys. I got to say this. Him and Osa Odigizua are the starters on the inside, and we held Saquon Barkley. I think he had like 52 yards in a halftime, and he had 60 yards in the end of the game, rushing. Cowboys locked the shit down, and a lot of it had to do with Kenny Clark, number 95, who's the guy we got from the Packers for Micah Parsons. Kenny Clark said that he is getting comfortable with the Cowboy system. He's far from it yet, and he's still looking good. He said, quote, "I can be really great in this system," end quote. That's, again, just seeing what he did on 3 days, the guy, I trust, he's a veteran. The guy knows what he's talking about. I feel good about that. Osa Odigizua, playing next to him, said, quote, "The dude can play," and referring to Kenny Clark. It's going to be a fun season playing next to him. So, again, Osa got some of his pressures, his run stops, because Kenny Clark is getting double-teamed every play, and they can't let him go and then help these offensive linemen. They got to stay on him for the entire play. That means you have clean linebacker play. That means you have Osa Odigizua on one-on-ones. I mean, come on, guys. If the rest of the defense can't get something out of this, we got a broken defense and we got some shitty players. Now, back to what Kenny Clark said about Osa Odigizua playing next to him there side by side. He said, quote, "Osa is a beast, man. I know we're going to wreak havoc together," end quote. And I agree. I think that as weeks go on and Kenny Clark gets in the system better, and Osa, because, again, this is a new defensive coordinator. I think when you see both these guys, maybe by week 7, 8, 9, ooh, man, it might be very tough to run inside of us. And our linebackers may be very clean. And I say clean, I mean not blocked as often. And that means we stop the run as well right at the line of scrimmage. So that's major to slow down and stop that running game of opponents. Now, let's go back for a second here and talk about some injury situations before we get into this Giants game. All right? But before we get there, let me speak on it again. Mac Dime, speak on it. We got 10 spots open for this raffle. And what am I talking about, you might say? MCF, what raffle are you talking about? Basically, is a quarterly raffle. Usually there's like 16, 17 names, but this time there's only 8 secured names, and now we have secured, I think, 5 more. Shout-outs, Dave Brown. Shout-outs, AOD, Daniel Mason, Joey Badass, and the man, John Luna, who made this thing happen, dropping the bullseye, basically. He said anybody who hits the $5 teal bullseye on the in the super chat, if you drop $5, he said, you are automatically entered into the one and only raffle that will be held here at halftime. You guys know this raffle for a jersey of your choice. Any team, any sport, sewn and stitched. Boom, the quarterly jersey raffle. Hey, this is Cowboy-centric here. And yes, Jaden Blue would be in number 23 if you wanted it. If you wanted Jaden Blue's jersey. Overshown. Hey, you guys got to watch the game because there may be a little bit of a surprise on some jerseys you may see on game day here against the Giants. You got Pickens, you got Emmett, you got Trayvon Diggs, Dak. I mean, I got to take off Parsons there. You got CeeDee Lamb, Ferguson, Deron Bland, old guys, new guys, whatever. Your choice. So, hey, and it's not just Cowboys. It's Bengals if Dave wins. It's, Houston if John Luna wins. So that's the way we're rolling. Now, who's in the house tonight? Let me give a couple shout-outs here as I take my little breather and then finish up strong here with the Giants. So injuries in the Giant game, and then we got a wrap in the house. So Joey Badass in the house. Rolando Rodriguez here. Hey, again, you look at only stats, Rolando. I think that he had a great game when you look at the I think the accuracy, the ability against a great defense, I think these things are important to look at. You got to look at context. Jalen Hurts had less yards than Dak Prescott, but he had a very efficient game. So, yeah, I mean, I understand what you're saying, though. When you look at just the stats, then, it looks not as good. Candace Levy, what's up? Joey Badass. Marista's so smart. Marissa's so smart not to play him. I'd rather save his body. Why? Okay, well, maybe Joey Badass. That's a good point, but I don't know. MCF Senior. So let's go, Cowboys. Hell yeah, Dad. Dave Brown said, "What's up?" See, Dad would be a Giants fan, so this would be this would be my dad and my rivalry, game, and we talk shit to each other a little bit. So, sorry, MCF Senior. Thank you for saying "Go Cowboys," Dad. I appreciate that. Antoine Scott said, "I'm glad." And by the way, those are the After Dark crew people coming in here, but Dave Brown's here. Antoine Scott said, "I'm glad Jerry don't own the Bills." Oh, please trade. Let's trade, bro. Let's trade. Candace said, "Good night. Hey, take care. Get some rest. I know it just hit midnight for you guys in Texas. I'm in the East Coast, which means it's 1 here. I'm a late nighter, though." Weedham Boys, AOD. Much love to you. Sniper in the house. Hello again. Tony A, what's up? Tony A in the house. We need a cornerback. That's what I'm about to talk about. We got Seabass in the house. And, hey, I want to make sure everyone knows, Seabass, I hope you heard. I hope you go back a little bit or whatever, but I know you'll be interested in this. There's a jersey raffle. I know. We got to take Micah out. We got to change Jaden Blue's number from 34 to 23. But there's all these options available. And more of any team of any sport. And for $5, because John Luna hit the goal right away, anybody who hits the goal now, $5 or more, through the Super Chat, will get in this raffle. It will be on Sunday at halftime or end of the Giants game. So I just want to make sure everybody has that info before we move on. Now, I want, Seabass, you got to check in with us. You might be surprised what jersey I'm wearing. I'll just leave it at that. Yeah, Mozzie. I talked about Mozzie already. Tolbert, We're gonna get back into the mix now about injuries, and the main guy. That's you guys kind of made a couple. Of you guys made a mention of him. We're gonna talk about him, Deron Bland. What the fuck? So the injury. First and foremost, before I even get to Deron Bland, talked about Kenny Clark and others on the defensive line. Perion Winfrey with the back issue, which he had basically the first day of practice for the week 1 game against the Eagles. Hurt his back, missed the first game, was not on the field for practices this week because he was placed on IR. So Perion Winfrey, number 99, will be missing at least 4 games. So we'll see what happens with him and when he comes back. But he's a rookie, undrafted, and made the 53-man roster. He's on IR, opens up a spot for the Cowboys. We did not fill it. That's when we brought in Jadeveon Clowney and did not sign him. We'll see what happens. Now, injury report. Wanye Thomas right now went on the injury report, but it was a non-related. It's not related to injury, not injury related. It is a personal day, which could be a child being born. It could be a death in the family. So there's a lot of different options there. But he's okay. Wanye Thomas is good to go. Oh, Carrie in the house is in the membership. But, okay. And we got John Luna who sent it in. What up, John Luna in the house? Oh, my goodness, sir. Sir, yes, sir. Thank you. Holy shit. The man, John Luna. Strikes again, brother. Thank you. Hitting those memberships. Damn. Much love. And, hey, we're going to have them set up. I got to get my computer. Again, we're working on a backup computer right now, so I cannot fix at this moment. Hopefully for the game I'll get a couple extra New York Giants emojis, and I got some good ones. But I hope I'll get them on here for you guys, and then you guys will get in. Those in the membership will be able to hit it up. So appreciate the man John Luna giving you guys entry for 1 month of free membership. Juan Carlos, Carey, C-Doc 80, Diamond Rattler, and Kenzie Bands back in. Shout out to the man John Luna. Appreciate you, sir. And thank you for making this special raffle happen here when it comes to our Sunday game against the Giants. We got to get our first win, right? It's a home opener. We got to get our first motherfucking win. Come on, guys. Let's get this win. Let's go 1-1. We can go. Can we go 2-2? Definitely. Can we go 3-1? We got to beat Micah and the Packers in Dallas. It'd be interesting. But at least we know one thing, and it's not the one I'm giving you, it's the one you guys are choosing. It is that jersey raffle. So keep that in mind. John Luna, thank you. That's why I see John Luna, so I'm putting it up there. He made it happen. If you donate $5 tonight, you will hit and be in the quarterly jersey raffle on Sunday. Sewn and stitched jerseys. That's what I'm into. All right, that's what I said. Okay, done. Thank you. Appreciate you, and go Cowboys. Thank you, John Luna. He's a Houston fan. And he's repping all the spots here pretty much. I think now tied in first place with Skeptical Fan. Tied for 5 each on gifted memberships. And in first place overall, he's got 85 on the Stream Boss. And he's currently the sponsor of the quarter. The only thing you don't have is Motors Cash App. Kingdom. And right now, I guess you'd say Pat Pfeiffer's kingdom, which she's leading by 9 over Daniel Berry Sports Highlights, who's in the running for the month of September. Let's see what happens. Of course, there's also the PayPal. I got to say PayPal crown too, but whoever drops the most on that side of things, not through YouTube, you get an extra little special. Thank you. Now, let's get to the injuries. We talked about Perion Winfrey in the back. Talked about Wanye Thomas. He's out for 4 games, Perion Winfrey. He's on IR. Wanye Thomas, safety. Number 2, again, not injury related. Is a personal day. So hopefully nobody passed away. Hopefully it was birth of a child and everything went well. And he'll be back in practice tomorrow. He's going to play, it looks like, guys. Looks good for him. And then we have Malik Hooker, our starting safety, number 28. He has a foot injury. Was limited in practice on Wednesday. Today, he was also limited in practice. Again, the only change of today's, and I'll talk about the last guy in a minute, but the only change was Wanye Thomas, which looks like it's not injury related, so he'll play the game. But the other guy will be the Malik Hooker situation, who's a starter, dealing with a foot injury. Hooker was limited. That's the good news when you compare it to the other guy, which is Deron Bland. And that's where I'm going to put him up right now, guys, because that's where number 26, you see him in the cut. There's a reason why he has that X on his chest, because unfortunately he's missing this game and more. Deron Bland, guys, number 26, has that foot injury. He had a right foot injury this time. He had a foot injury as well that kept him out of 10 games. He did not practice on Wednesday, did not practice on Thursday, and we now know officially again he was limited. While Hooker was limited, Deron Bland did not practice at all. Missed practice in 2 days with foot injury. It ended up coming up to that we all now know that it is a sprained. He sprained his foot, guys. He had a right sprained foot in practice on Monday. And he's going to miss multiple games. You're talking about 2 to 3 or more games with the sprained ankle. Sprained right foot. Let me be accurate. Sprained right foot. Now, foot's even more important that I use the right terminology here, because he sprained his right foot. You're like, holy shit, what the fuck? Because he had an injury that on his left foot last year that may force him to miss 10 games, but it is a completely different type of injury. So he ain't missing 10 games, but he's missing at least 2 or 3. It hurts either way in a big way, because this is our best all-around coverage guy, minus the injuries. Trayvon Diggs did a great job with A.J. Brown, but damn, we need the slot secured, and that nickel cornerback is huge, and that's something that Trayvon Diggs and Kair Elam cannot play. So now we're going to do. We don't have Deron Bland there. That's a very limited position, a very limited spot. So the good news is it's not at all related to his surgery that he had on his left foot that forced him to miss the 10 games. But it is unfortunate that it is going to be at least multi-weeks. And according to sources, next week we're going to have a clearer picture of if it's going to be 3 weeks, going to be 7 weeks. I don't know. I don't want to. I shouldn't even say 7. But damn, I don't want. You know how this thing goes, guys. You know how this thing goes. So we'll see a more clear timeline sometime next week. Now, if you're wondering about the severity, I'm wondering about, that's number 1 in my book right now when it comes to injuries on his team. The severity of Deron Bland's injury. He initially, earlier this week, he was in a boot. But today as in Thursday night, I guess, by Thursday night or Thursday morning, the boot was off his foot. So the fact that the boot was off his foot, guys, is a great sign for him to kind of progress towards the next step, which would probably be on cords, resistant cords in the rehab crew. So right now, out of the boot, into the fucking cleats, good sign there. And again, that happening is a great first step. Let's put it that way. But again, nothing. I want to reiterate, nothing compared to the left foot stress fracture he had to begin 2024 season. And again, that was in his left foot. So my question is, what the fuck are the Cowboys going to do about this? What's the Cowboys' plan? Are the Cowboys going to go pick someone up? Are we going to go, conjure up a cornerback that can play the nickel cornerback slot spot? What are we going to do? So, very good sources saying the Cowboys are not, and this is where I say bullshit. There's a little panic. They say they're not currently in the panic at cornerback. Okay. So the plan is they're going to go in-house In-house, not free agency, not trade. They're going to go in-house with options at cornerback after Bland's injury. Understanding is this, that the Cowboys are looking at option at cornerback within the team in the wake of this foot injury to DaRon Bland, which hopefully is a good sign, which means maybe it's a shorter-term thing. That's what I'm looking at there. But it also could be the stubbornness of Jerry Jones, which is very possible. Even with $41 million open on the cap, it could be the stubbornness of Jerry Jones. So, again, that's one. We'll talk about those options in a minute. Let me give you the other option real quick, which would be, I would say, a more solid option. You have the money. Not that you have to even spend that much. But what about Stephon Gilmore? Now, he is an outside guy, so it wouldn't really help as much. But would you consider Stephon Gilmore? And the latest on him is that the Cowboys are going to go with the in-house guys. Stephon Gilmore is open to rejoining the Cowboys, but he says he's weighing other potential options. Of course, sure he is. Should the Cowboys consider free agent options to add to the secondary, he will consider them. Thank you, Stephon Gilmore. But I'm telling you, Jerry Jones ain't going to do it. And I'm hopeful that this is a short-term injury for DaRon Bland. Don't get me wrong. I wouldn't mind the Cowboys doing it, but would it help the slot cornerback position, the nickel corner? No, because Stephon Gilmore would not play nickel. Neither would Trayvon. Neither would Ka'ir Elam. So we're back to step one here. Who's playing that slot? It's DaRon Bland's the only guy that can do it. So, we do have a couple options. Let's get into it. But they're not fun ones. I'm be real about this shit. None of you can say, oh, that's a good guy, or he was great in college, or I know that guy. These are not good options. Remember, we cut everyone. So as it currently stands, the Cowboys have two options. And this is the way I see it. Start. If we're going to stay in-house, this is only in-house options, of course. There's a lot of outside options, but in-house options, it's too late to get an outside guy with the Giants playing in a couple days. So you have to either start newly acquired cornerback Reddy Stewart. Reddy, you ready? Reddy Stewart. He has only 2 games of NFL experience. I'll get back to him in a minute. And the other option is elevate number 48, Zion Childress. Now, and I don't know if he changed his number, but damn. He's a guy the Cowboys not only were willing to cut and risk in free agency, but then barely even they got him on the practice squad, but he's practice squad material. So, again, Zion Childress, another undrafted guy like Perrion Winfrey, but Winfrey's out. Zion Childress in the practice squad. Elevate him from the practice squad, which means you're elevating a guy who's as that bad. He's in the practice squad. He's that bad. And it doesn't mean he can't have a future. I know he's undrafted and he's young, but he's not there now. You're going to use that guy in the practice squad. You cut and risk to lose. You're going to use him to replace DaRon Bland off the practice squad. Or use Reddy Stewart, who has 2 games of NFL experience at slot corner. You cut Mukuamu. You cut Keemon Hall. This is it. This is it, guys. If you're the Giants, you'd want to attack the slot all day, every play. So, but let me just throw in one guy that can make a difference, and that's Reddy Stewart. He only has 2 games of NFL experience, but he did make his team debut on special teams last week. And again, he's the guy that is the favorite right now to start at the nickel cornerback spot in the absence of DaRon Bland. According to Matt Everfluss, and again, Everfluss knows him. He knows him. Everfluss said this, quote, Reddy, he knows the position. He's got really good quickness and ball hawking ability. He's got tremendous ball skills. End quote. Yeah. That sold it. Listen, Reddy's going to get, I mean, unless he's like some guy, some diamond in the rough, we're going to get burned with Reddy. Reddy ain't ready. So Reddy Stewart, guys, again, I hate to be so negative, but I gotta be real. I know other people are gonna feed you the bullshit. They want to get the good thumbs up and the happy, joy. You're not getting that here. You're getting the reality. Sometimes it's happy, sometimes it's not, and this is not happy when it comes to DaRon Bland situation and losing him for 2, 3, 4, 5, who knows how many fucking weeks. We're gonna go with Zion Childress, a guy we're willing to lose, an undrafted, released rookie on the practice squad, or Reddy Stewart, who has 2 games of NFL experience and knows the guy. He knows the coach. Oh, well, there you go. What the fuck are we talking about here? Really? Sorry, guys. I shouldn't be so negative, right? Yeah. Anyways. Let me hit the chat, and we'll talk about the Giants to finish this shit up. It's very frustrating for old MCF here. Talk about his Cowboys. And why you realize that, but with my wife, it's a lot easier. She definitely makes the difference here. But, man, I get caught up in the true passion, anger of what the Cowboys are doing to us. Help me. You guys not feel this? No? You don't agree? Anyways. Let's see. It's in the chat here. Much love, man. Peace out, John Luna. Appreciate you, brother. And you are the man. Juan Carlos said, thank you. Yeah, John, you are the man. Thank you. I see you. I see your Houston Texans. Peace out, brother. You are the man. There's Queenie. Queenie's the hooker. Malik Hooker, number 28. That's who your favorite. You should get that jersey, number 28 hooker. I don't know if they have the size in your, but hey, you can try. Seabass in the house. Never have a healthy. We have these guys playing together one game. Trayvon Diggs and Deron Bland. I think in total like 3 games in their career. What the fuck? Be a good time to bring in Gilly. Again, that's my question though. Being the slot, that's the quick issue. Dickenzie said thank you for the membership to John Luna. Shout outs there. Morani here in Bland could be out a few weeks. Yep, that's what we said. And I could be longer than, don't be just like, I'm thinking 2 or 3 weeks, but if this is 5 or 7 weeks, would not surprise me. It pissed me off, but yeah. Yeah. Just glad it's not season ending. Now, earlier schedule, Seabass, her schedule and her shift has shifted to a much earlier time frame, so she has to. We just can't do the streams as early as the time frame we need to do them at, because we got life stuff going on. Other things got to happen. So yeah, so it cuts the time out for them for the My Cowboys Family thing. But we will do the game day streams, and she will do some of these with me, just not this one. That's Karam. That's who we talked about there. Reddy Stewart, thank you for keeping up on that. John Luna, much love, and yes, thank you to all the guys that are in here that seen that you dropped their the gift of membership. Big shout outs from them to you, brother. So Gilmore says, I'll keep my options open. Yeah, but come on. I mean, he has to keep his options open. He has no options. No one signed them. Trade the picks for Bijan or Gentry. Yeah. It was, I don't know, Q Williams on the Jets. Sign Gilmore, vet deal. Again, I like the idea. Just he's not going to help the slot situation. Christian Wilkins, I know, with this fucking ball grabbing, ass poking. I don't know. And he's too injured, though, bro. I think his foot is injured, is it? And he's out still. He would not play. Raekwon Davis is all right. You can look at it. I think Wilkins is injured, though. We can't go. He's too. You just can't have another injured guy in here. Good night, Antoine Scott. We're almost done. We're in the last portion of the matchup, but this is the Deron Bland portion, and we're fucked here. Go Cowboys. But yeah, Bills Mafia is cool, though. Got to give it up. Look, Deron Bland, missing him, major issue for the Cowboys. Now, I'm going to say one last time. I want to make sure that I got in here and said, hit the chat, but also I want to say it's probably the last time I do this. The last chance basically to get in this. Let me see what's the time on this. Yeah, 30 minutes. I don't even think I'll be live for 30 minutes here, guys. This is the end of the stream. This is the last portion of things. But shout out to the man John Luna for making it possible to have a special. If you're here watching, you're 15, 12 people watching. You special people, 20 people earlier watching this. You have a chance to win a jersey. Usually it takes a lot. Usually it takes membership of the highest levels. Usually it takes, certain number of raffle, a certain number of donations, whatever it may be. This tonight is one $5 super chat. There is, 5 out of 15 spots. So there's 10 spots open to get a Stone and Stitch jersey of your choice. $5. Last shot. That's brought to you by John Luna. Shout outs to him. He's leading all the boards other than Motor City, and Pat Pfeiffer repping that Cash App spot right now. So anyways, now let's roll it up here with the finale. And it might take a little longer. That's why the 30 minutes might be perfect here. But we are going to talk about this upcoming opponent of the Giants. The Cowboys are 4-point favorites against the Giants at home, opening our home game. I think we're a little higher now. But the Giants defense, okay, they played the Washington Commanders, right? Jay and Daniels. And the Giants defense to Washington, the Commanders who played who played tonight, they allowed 300 plus total yards. The Giants defense to Jaden Daniels. So this feels to me like a game the Cowboys, if Dak can have another performance like he had analytically, he won't get. I hear what you said, Rolando. I don't think he'll end up with those 180 yards. I think he'll end up with 280 yards, with 320 yards, 3 touchdowns. You know what I mean? Like if he has the kind of performance he had against the Eagles, analytically, it'll translate statistically in a third of those stats. Now remember, we were in the goal line twice. We ran it in. Could have just as well thrown it in. So that's not always telling the story. You know what I mean? So anyways, but the Giants, they are not a very good defense. That's my point. We'll get into that in a minute. But yeah, I mean, they allow a lot of yards, 300 plus yards passing for Jaden Daniels. So with Dak and this offense, and the offensive line looking good against the Eagles, and that's a much tougher defense, the Eagles, the Giants, it should be, do not take them lightly, but it should be a huge difference in the efficiency of this offense throughout the entire game and consistency. Not just the first half, but the whole game by the Cowboys offense. We should see that. Feels like a get-right game for the Cowboys passing attack. Now, also, in 2024, in the NFL, the Giants allowed a total of 2,316 receiving yards in man coverage. Man coverage on defense. That ranks them 25th in the NFL. They also allowed 18 receiving touchdowns. 18 total receiving catches, touchdowns. While in man coverage. Again, this is only in man coverage, not zone. Ranked them 28th out of 32. And we need a rebound game from one guy, one main, because if he had just half a game, we would have won again. We would have beat the Eagles. That's CeeDee Lamb. So when you look at that, guys, in 2024, last year, CeeDee Lamb registered 511 receiving yards when facing man coverage. That's the second most in the NFL. He also scored 5 receiving touchdowns when facing man coverage. That is third most in the NFL. Just saying that means CeeDee Lamb against the Giants man coverage equals massacre. Should equal massacre against the Giants, for the Giants. So CeeDee Lamb, obviously a major sticking point in this game, but we'll get a little deeper in a minute. Let's talk about the Giants for a second, because they got more injuries than we do. Can you believe that? So they got a couple guys out here. They got Demetrius Flanagan Fowles, a linebacker with a calf. He was limited and did not practice today. Yet they had Raheem Nunez Roches, defensive lineman with a foot injury, was limited in today's practice, was injured today. Wandale Robinson, with receiver with the ankle, did not practice yesterday. Today was limited. Darius Slayton, receiver, he has a groin issue. He got that today. He was limited. Andrew Thomas, offensive lineman, I'll get back to him in a minute. He has a foot issue. He did not practice yesterday. Today he was limited, which is good news for him. And Malik Neighbors, wide receiver, with a back issue, he was limited. Today he's full practice, so he's good to go. Malik Neighbors, I'll get to him in a matchup sense. But let me go to one other guy here, one important guy here, which is Micah McFadden at linebacker for the Giants. He has a foot injury, did not practice 2 days in a row. Officially today, he was moved to the injured reserve by the Giants. He's out for at least 4 weeks, obviously missing the Cowboy game. This is their starting linebacker. I'll explain that in a minute. Micah, we don't have Micah Parsons, of course, with Green Bay, but the Giants are without their own Micah McFadden, guys. Their starting linebacker. He's out for at least 4 weeks with that foot injury, now put on IR. So now Darius Masau, who was a rookie last year, entering his second year here, guys. Not the best guy here. He's the guy that's taking on a bigger role in this defense for the Giants. So they're weak. Now, they're one of the best players. Get weaker, get injured. They're weaker. Darius Masau, we're coming at you, running that ball. It's important. I'm going to touch on that in a minute. He's also going to be playing with at linebacker Bobby Okereke. Okereke's decent, but he's not the guy. With him, they need both. Okereke with McFadden, they were all right. Okereke with Masau, they're in trouble. You understand? So, again, I will say this. He is a veteran, Okereke. And, again, he had 16 tackles in week 1, so he had to do a lot of work for the Giants. They still got kind of blown out there, but he cannot be relied to do it himself. And this new guy here, Darius Masao, is unproven. Let's prove him wrong. Let's prove him right that he sucks. Let's prove them wrong that he can't handle it. So that's the situation there when it comes to Micah McFadden. He's out now. Let's look at their most important player on this list here, Malik Neighbors, which I will touch on him one more time on this, but I want to talk about the injuries first. He was limited, of course. Today he was full. He moved well in practice. It was a load management, just more of a resting kind of situation. So he had 94% of the snaps in week 1 against Washington. So low concern for him to not play this game against the Cowboys. So Malik Neighbors, their best receiver, he's really their only star in my opinion. And maybe that was that defensive guy, number 97. Other than those guys, they got nobody on this team, guys. So no excuses not to control this game against the Giants. And you look at another move they made here. Xavier Gibson was waived by the Jets following the fumble and the loss to the Steelers. So again, it was claimed on waivers by the Giants on Thursday. Probably not enough time to ramp up for the Cowboys, but he is on their team. Anyways, that's kind of the injury situation for the Giants. So let's get to the matchup situation. Let's start with the Giants offense, okay? The Giants offense. Russell Wilson, he's their quarterback. Malik Neighbors, the receiver I just talked about here. The connection, will it start to click for the Giants? Because it did not look good this week 1. Let's be real. For the Giants. Again, and listen, Commanders have a good defense, but they just lost, 28-17? I mean, they just lost 28-17 to the Packers with Micah on Thursday Night Football. So Russell Wilson, Malik Neighbors did not do very good. Neighbors did have 71 receiving yards in the opener against Washington, but I think Russell Wilson targeted him 12 times and only completed in less than half of those. So he completed, 5 of those? Neighbors continues to be very frustrated with the coaching staff. His emotions boiled over on the sidelines in this game against Washington. And this was, of course, not the first time. So, again, he was pissed in this game against Washington, this week 1 game. They're gonna make a concerted effort to get him the football. Cowboys, Trayvon Diggs, it's up to you. Lock him down, Trayvon Diggs. So, again, and the reason I say that, it's very important. And it's one of those keys, I guess. We need to, it's one of those keys of this game here. The preview for this game is, Trayvon Diggs. In this one, he had a great. Let's just go back to the last game for just a half second here, and just remember how good he actually fucking did in this opening game against, what's his name? Against, what can I find him here? Shit. There he is, Trayvon Diggs. When he had a game against AJ Brown against the Eagles. AJ Brown was held to 1 catch for 8 yards. All right. So the Cowboys obviously are able to neutralize pass-catching threats with doing that to the Eagles and A.J. Brown. The Giants will probably need to make an effort to make sure they get passes thrown at Neighbors and get them involved, especially when number 7's not on them. Because, again, you could say, okay, Neighbors in the slot would help them a lot. That'd be smart. I don't know if Neighbors is a slot specialist, but if you get him in a slot, you get him against a scrub. So if you go to the corners, Elam did well last week. He had 1 bad play, but he did well. And Trayvon Diggs had a stellar day. Allowed nothing for A.J. Brown. So Trayvon Diggs major here to slow down Neighbors. But the Cowboys, at least in the past, have not moved their cornerbacks from sideline to side. They keep them on one side or the other. So it's all about wherever the Giants line up. Now, for the Giants offense to work at all, what about Andrew Thomas, guys? I just talked about him. Again, he went from did not practice to limited today. But the prognosis is that he's probably not going to play. Andrew Thomas, offensive lineman, offensive tackle. And not that he's even that good, guys. He's not even that good, but he's like their best guy. They're hoping he can return in the lineup and that he won't be limited in his first game in his NFL career. I'm sorry, not his NFL, but since last year when he had a foot injury as well, and then he was pretty much out for the rest of the year. They are limited his first game, so there's no doubt that the New York Giants offensive line is downgraded. Even though he's not that good, Andrew Thomas, he's their best player there. So again, if he's out, what happens? James Hudson has to start. Scrub. So, again, he'll be starting at left tackle, the blind side of Russell Wilson, the blind side of Dart. So to me, that's a key right there. Commanders, though, I will say, with a good defense they have, they only recorded 2 sacks, and they added 8 quarterback hits. So they hit him up a little bit there. They pressured him, but they only recorded 2 official sacks on the Giants. Another key movement for the Giants was when they got inside the 5-yard line against Washington in the second quarter, and they were trailing by 7. They could not get into the end zone despite a 4th down penalty that gave them a fresh set of downs from the literal 1-yard line. They could not get a yard. So again, guys, with Thomas in there, they probably would have had a better chance to make those. Without Thomas in there, they have no chance. So even against the Cowboys, that's my point. That's how important it is. And then that also, that just gives time for Wilson to throw the ball to Neighbors, and it doesn't give time just for the running game. For them to pass other guys, but it's also important for the running game that Andrew Thomas is kind of in there, because the Giants running backs combined, all the running backs combined, generate just a total of 30 total yards, and it wasn't a blowout until the fourth quarter. So you still utilize the running game. No, 30 total yards, and in the entire game on just 15 carries in this opening game for the Giants. They automatically put Russell Wilson in way too many obvious passing situations. So this week with the Cowboys, they held the Cowboys. We did very well against Saquon. Like I said, in the first half, not good. Second half, fantastic. We held overall in the game. The Cowboys defense held Saquon Barkley to just 3.3 yards per carry. That is almost, I wouldn't believe it if I didn't do the research and see it. So Saquon Barkley, 3.3 yards per carry. You don't hear that very often. The Cowboys did that last week to Saquon in the run game. So that, at least against one of the best offenses out there, that looks solid for the Cowboys. We should be solid this week and not allow any of these Giants who can't outrun in the first 30 yards, guys. 30 yards for them in the entire game. With all their running backs on 15 carries, Cowboys should shut his ass down, no problem. If we stop Saquon at 3.3, there's no excuse for the Cowboys. Now, would Andrew Thomas help them? Of course. But Tyron Tracy Jr., when he came in there and helped at sometimes there, was productive with Thomas missing 11 of the 17 games last year. So the Giants, if they get him going, they could be okay when it comes to the running game and maybe pick up steam. But for the Cowboys, there should be no excuse, especially after focusing in and stopping Saquon Barkley. There should be no reason why the Cowboys cannot hold the Giants' entire running game to under 70 yards at least, if not much lower. Now, for the Cowboys to win, it's about penalties, guys. We did a great job with penalties last week. We did not win, but we played one of the best teams in the league. Cowboys had to keep the penalties under control during the Mike McCarthy time frame. The Cowboys were one of the most penalized teams in the league, and not just him, but also under the Garrett regime too. So again, every press conference we remember, guys, we talked about the press conference got boring, but McCarthy every time would talk about how the penalties would hurt them and how the next game, they're working hard in practice, and how the next game is going to change, and and then guess what? It wouldn't change. It never fucking changed. So this time with Schottenheimer, the team did a lot better. Again, last year, under McCarthy, the Cowboys were the bottom 5 in penalties with only, again, 7.53 penalties per game, meaning in the sense of getting the breaks. Hey, we're actually getting 5 penalties, only 7 penalties a game, and the other teams are getting 13 penalties a game, from us. So in week 1, the Cowboys only committed 4 penalties, as I said. Again, and one of them was pre-snap, which means there's concentration issues are good. There's no issues there concentrating or knowing everyone on the same page. And I said this from the beginning, one of the things to look at is a more efficient offense because things are simpler. Simpler means faster. Faster is the key. So, again, I think the key, and you saw it with Dak, when he ran it faster, the Cowboys did better. And I always said that. So this is just like old news if you've been watching this channel for a while. Cowboys right now, though, penalties are being slowed down to 4 right now. I don't expect it to be at 4 this game, but 6, fine. You know what I mean? That's normal. So Cowboys, we allowed 0. This is very important. We allowed 0 first downs from penalties. 0. Do you guys know how important that is? That means we did not give up a third down penalty, some dumb fucking penalty to give up a first down. That is a much more disciplined team, at least in one game for week 1. So, yeah, guys, Cowboys didn't allow a first down for penalties. The Eagles allowed 6 first downs off of penalties against us. That's sloppy for them, and gave us life. So the George Pickens personal foul penalty, probably should be addressed with the way he yanked the guy's helmet. But overall, the Cowboys were tied for the second fewest penalties across the entire league after week 1. And in my opinion, for us to have a successful, dominating performance against the Giants, we have to maintain that against them. And honestly, to have a good season, playoffs and beyond, we'd have to maintain that throughout the season. Low levels, 4 to 6 penalties a game. You got to be disciplined. That will help you win games. That will keep you in games. The Eagles, even how good they are, they were undisciplined enough that gave us a chance to win that game. We gave it away. So remember that. If we had penalties, that game would have been a blowout. They would have blown us out probably. It would have looked a lot worse. And it looked bad. It would have looked worse. So the point is this here. I am down to my last 2 points here for this Giants game. We on the Cowboys side must keep the production from the run game going. All right? So when it comes to the Giants' pass rush rotation, they probably have, and they have one of the best one techs in the NFL. That's where we got Kenny Clark, who's like third best, right? But the best is Dexter Lawrence. He's right there in the middle, number 97. So again, he controls the pass rush with an excellent, pass rush attack. Again, so this is a key for the Cowboys. And we could, again, to get the time, they're all going to have to work together on the offensive line. But to me, it's about the run production, guys. Last year, Rico Dowdle was in the top half of the league with 4.6 yards per attempt. But that overall stat was brought down by the other running backs who received touches and then brought them down. The Cowboys as a team were more in the lower 4 average, 4 yards per average. So because the other running backs did poorly. So again, it's about production, right? Not about necessarily, how many times it's about production. So the bigger issue for the Cowboys is that the Cowboys' entire rushing team last year could not score. This year, though, I talked about how Dak did not throw interceptions. Did not throw touchdowns. Why? Because we ran the touchdowns right in there, right? Cowboys got to a very strong start on the ground. Cowboys ran for almost 5.5 yards, 5.4 yards per carry in week 1 against the Eagles. And out of all the games in week 1, we were 6th best in the NFL at running the ball per carry. The team that, again, what was it? We had 2 rushing touchdowns, of course, from number 33, Javonte Williams. He had the highest success rate of any running back in week 1. So he had a great game. We went to Miles Sanders and fumbled. He had a good play and then fumbled. So stick with your best player there. And that right there is Javonte Williams. He's your number 1 guy right now. So, again, we had an explosive play, like I said, with Miles Sanders. That's great. But I would say, after an explosive play, take the guy out. Let Javonte Williams come back in and be the starter. Also, we don't know what's going to happen yet with Jaden Blue. A lot of questions there. We know the reason why he didn't play last week. He just didn't earn those starts yet, those snaps. Let's see if he earns them this week. I think he will. So let's see if he gets on the field. He didn't see on the field. In the Cowboy game, the Cowboy run game was still very good, though, with Javonte Williams mainly spearheading that. Jaden Blue may be on the field this week. If he's fumbling, he won't be out there. He'll be inactive again. But the point is that the Cowboys' run game, even without him there, was excellent from the start, outside of that Miles Sanders fumble. And that needs to continue against the New York Giants for the Cowboys to have a chance to truly have a good chance. Just to end this Giants game and just win this game and be good. And, the faster the game is over, if we're up 31-10 in the fourth quarter, we can bench our starters, guys. And you rest your guys. It's a 17-game season plus playoffs. You know what I mean? So the last part of things, and this kind of, stays on our, I talked about the Giants offense versus our defense. Now I'm talking about our offense versus their defense. Third down conversions, guys. For us, we have to keep that third down conversion high. It's been very good this week 1 against the Eagles. The Cowboys, again, I say week 1, it's only 1 game, but against the Eagles, one of the best teams in the league. The Cowboys, we have been one of the top teams in third down conversions most of the years where Dak hasn't been injured, when he's been healthy. One of the best, we're top 10 team easy in third down conversions when Dak Prescott is healthy. Last year, the Cowboys were 23rd in the league and converted only 37% of third downs. But more than half the year, guys, was played by Cooper Rush. So when that happens, negatively, it will impact the defense and keep it on the field longer, make them more tired. And now without Micah Parsons, it's even more crucial for the offense to control the football. You guys feel me on this? So what I'm saying is, yeah, I know I talked about the defense a little bit. To help the defense stay healthy and not slow down and not, get tired, we need to continue to convert third down conversions, which is what we did against a very tough Eagles team. This Giants defense is nothing compared to the Eagles. But we still got to be weary. We got to convert third downs and keep our defense nice and fresh. So, again, that is a very big key in this. Cowboys, when you look right now, without Micah Parsons, the offense must control the ball. So, Cowboys, we were first in NFL third down conversion rate after this first week against the Eagles. We converted third downs at 64% clips. That's fantastic. One of only 2 teams that have a higher than 60% third down conversion rate. Last year, the league leader in conversion rate were the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. They had 51%. Again, let me reiterate that. We had 64%. In one game, I know it's only one game, but that's very good. The Bucs last year were the best team at 51% for a full season. So, again, too much to ask for a 61% conversion rate for the whole entire season for third downs. So don't expect it to be this good every time when we convert third downs all the time. But if we can stay around 50, 55 would be unbelievable. So if we stay a little over 50% on making third downs, if we're, 7 of 12 on third downs, we're winning. We have a good chance of winning there. And I guess the Giants specifically, staying above 50%, would wear down the Giants' defense, keep the Cowboys' offense, hopefully tiring them out, while our defense is able to rest off the field. Pretty simple, right? When you talk about it, in the end, it all kind of gets back to being, it's all about the trenches, right? It's all about the trenches, baby. That's the song right there. It's all about the trenches, baby. Let me see. He's in the house here. It looks like we're going to end this thing. We got 6 minutes left. By the time it's over, it's over. But everybody who's in it is in it automatically. Looks like Joey Badass, Daniel Mesa, AOD, Dave B, and John Luna in the house. Those are our 5 people that get added to this special raffle on Thursday. Again, there's 6 minutes to get in. Just letting you know. I guess I can do the last promotion for it. For the man, big shout out to John Luna making it happen. He hit the goal, and he said, anybody who hits the goal, you're in the raffle now. He made it. He basically broke the goal, and he made it open. So just in case you didn't know, here it is. There's 5 minutes to go. Last chance to get in it. Usually, guys, it's a star level, over everything level. But today, one time only, 5 minutes left to get into this raffle on Sunday afternoon. $5. Like Daniel Mesa, that's right. Daniel Mesa's in there. Thank you, sir. You're in the raffle automatically. You don't have to get in. There's no raffle to get raffled into. You go right into the jersey raffle. This is it. This is a special one. So limited time only. Let's go. Last chance. Now, let me hit up the chat and finish a couple of last comments, and then we'll say goodnight. Big shout outs, of course, to John Luna. I see him in there. Kenzie Bands, Karam Marani, Seabass in the house said, I hate that we're on this part related to the slot situation. Yeah, we dug our own grave there, right, Seabass? I hear you, brother. Seabass, he's going back to the over everything gang. And if you are, I don't know. It's not coming up on my side, so I don't know if I'm seeing it or not, or if you're there or not. But if you are, much love to you. Let me just double check it on my side of things, and I can maybe let you guys know in a better way. Maybe no, I don't know. Yeah, let me see here. I think AOD is in, right? I think he is. Let me see. That's not where you can get in. I don't want to see AOD in here. That's interesting. All right. Well, either way, I appreciate AOD donating some raffle entries right there. Appreciate him. And same thing goes to John Luna, donated a bunch as well. So shout outs to both you guys. I think AOD got 1 in the mix. Skeptical Fan has 5 on it already. And John Luna has 5 on it already. So shout outs to you guys. We got 4 minutes and 14 seconds left. Yeah. He's Seabass going back to the OE gang here shortly. Yeah, we need to hear from you, brother. Commanders are said to be the second best team in the division. Well, they got beat today by Green Bay. CD had all those drops, still were leading the league in passing yards. If a Giants game, CD gonna have the ball fired. Hey, listen, I feel good about CD's bouncing back in this game because it's kind of hard not to bounce back when you have, in my opinion, like I would say a shoddy game, Schottenheimer game, a shoddy game. Like the way he had. I mean, it really cost us the game. Let's just be honest. It cost the Cowboys the victory there, but. At the same time, I'm not going to sit here and say, the Cowboys, they could, it's not fair. It's the refs. No, it's not the refs. The refs have nothing to do with it. The refs actually, we were great. The refs has no issues at all. We had 4 penalties, so there's no issues there. The issue is Dallas Cowboys got to finish the job, and that's hopefully what's going to happen this Sunday against the New York Giants. Now, I will say this, guys. There is a concert going on. For the After Dark crew, those that are left here, there'll be no After Dark tonight or tomorrow night with a panel. Tomorrow night will be an interesting After Dark with my wife, My Chemical Romance, on the After Dark channel. I'll do an IRL music one. So check it out, MCF After Dark 2. Here it is, MCF After Dark 2. You got to, there's only way of finding out about that, and that's through... searching it, I guess, right? You know what? I'll do you guys one better. I'll post it in here real quick and show you guys that if you guys follow that guy right there, and I guess I would have to. Share it or something. Let me see. I don't know. It won't let me do it now. There it is. Okay. So I'll just post it there for you guys. Just so you guys, if you guys are interested in doing this, you'll see the music stream tomorrow. I usually don't post a link. Yeah, it's been. I've had it for a while, for about a year and a half. All these channels. It's a political. We talk politics. We talk shit. There's a lot of rough stuff there. We delete all of them are deleted. There's karaoke. Sometimes there's drunken fun, but it goes sometimes from 2 a.m. until 7 a.m. You never know. My job is since it is remote and since it is I have from 12 midnight to 6 p.m. to get all the work done, so I can kind of nap throughout the day and be good. So we have fun with that channel a lot. Plus my insomnia doesn't help, but that's on that channel there. After Dark 2, we have After Dark 1, or After Dark is the main one. After Dark 3. Because people try to take down channels because we talk a lot of shit sometimes and YouTube takes us down or whatever. So we got backup channels in case. But right now we're on After Dark 2. Right now in the middle of After Dark 2. And, anybody wants to join up, go ahead. Do it now and, sneak in there because I will delete it before the end. I purposely do not promote that channel. It's more just for those that are interested, that are down. I don't want to offend anybody. I know we all speak our mind there, freedom of speech, especially with everything that happened with that Kirk guy. Not that I like him, but I do agree with the freedom of speech of people. So you don't have to like somebody to like the fact that everybody should have freedom of speech without getting killed over it, right? So, yeah, so that's kind of my view on that. It's been going for over a year and a half, man. So, yeah, we rock it there but it's always late night, like 2 a.m. Eastern at the earliest. So it's late night stuff. I'm usually working from like midnight to about 3 or 4 at the latest, and then I'm usually almost done with everything by then. So then we do a little late night live stream there, have a couple drinks sometimes and some other stuff, and have some fun. So not tonight, not tomorrow. Tomorrow night's going to be the concert. My wife is going to be in her top emo. Or I'm sorry, not tomorrow night. Tomorrow night is not the concert night. Tomorrow night's an off night. In a way, we got a family coming in, but Saturday night is the concert night, and that's the My Chemical Romance concert. Stay tuned for that on that channel, MCF After Dark 2. That should be a lot of fun. So check it out there at the very least. I have the Wu-Tang concert on there, so I'll probably do another one similar for this. But this is weird. I'll be the weirdo here. I'll just be dressing in all black, but they're going to be dressing. It's going to be a lot of weirdness going on, so I'm interested to see it. She's been teaching me some of the songs, so I know what I'm listening to now. It'll be fun. I'm looking forward to that, but that will be on Saturday night. Tomorrow night, no My Cowboys Family or After Dark is planned. And then right after that concert's over on Saturday late night, we're gonna crash out there in the city we're in, and then we're gonna come back the next day. But the thing is, we're gonna be literally rushing back, sliding in time, just in time for the Cowboys-Giants game, the wife and I, with some sparkling new jerseys you might like. And just so you guys know, you get a jersey, any name, any number. No joke. Any name, any number, any team, any sport. Pretty much. So we can get, you can get. So it'd be fun. All right, man. Got you, Daniel. Thank you, sir. Check out the other ones, too. After Dark 1, 2, and 3. Or I say MCF After Dark, there's no number. MCF After Dark 2 and MCF After Dark 3. Sign up to all of them because you never know which one I'll pop up on. You never know. We have a protest there, No Kings protest. There's a lot of good shit, man. It's a lot of fun. There's a few videos on there. Most of it's either just, protest or music stuff, funny stuff. But our actual live streams are just too X-rated for the YouTube airwaves, so to speak. So it's harsh. Thank you all. Truly appreciate it. Especially you, John Luna, up there. 85 points on the stream, boss. He's a sponsor of the quarter. He's the leader of this month. And he's currently tied for first place with Skeptical Fan for the leader of the gifting membership. John Luna is also currently the winner, the champion of the gifting membership. The first time for him on that side of things. Shout outs to him. And then we go over to the one of the few things. I mean, him and Skeptical Fan are tied for first right now. One of the on the gifting leaderboard, but the one board he's not on. The one board he's not on is the Cash App King board. Oh shit! Damn, that's the fuck out of me. Oh shit! You guys don't know how funny that shit is right now. You guys really don't know. Holy shit! Talk about After Dark rearing its head. What's up, Skeptical Fan in the house, brother? Appreciate you. Woo, man, that's funny. Skeptical Fan, always staying skeptical. Guess what, brother? You in the raffle, bro? You in the raffle, and they're official. It's it's not for an entry to get into it. You get pulled out of it and you get thrown into the raffle. No, this is if you win, you get the jersey. There's gonna be one name picked tomorrow. Oh, it's not tomorrow, but the next stream you're gonna see, which will be on Sunday, 1 p.m. Eastern, halftime ish. You're in it, my guy. Thank you, sir. Marissa Sparkle. Is in the membership all of a sudden. Woo! Have a good night, Daniel. Appreciate you big time, brother. Appreciate you. Skeptical Fan, thank you. Yeah, hey, listen. Yeah, we have a couple openings left, I guess you could say. I guess there's 9 openings left. $5. Every $5 is a raffle entry for, since you're late. Again, he's saying he's late. That's why I'm saying this. But we do have, this is the one time we're doing this here, guys, but the monthly jersey raffle, because it is a monthly jersey raffle. Not a monthly. Usually it's a monthly, but this is a quarterly jersey raffle. Because of that, and let me make it easier, sorry, Motor, the king of the Cash App. But the quarterly jersey raffle right now, we have 3-star level, 4-star levels in there. We got 4 people already picked from the raffle from hitting the goals. Tonight, John Luna hit the goal right away and said, can we do this? And I said, let's do it. Let's get it on. And the deal is pretty simple. Anyone who drops a super chat that's $5 or more, hits the goal on the bullseye right there, which I know it's out, but I'm still counting it, automatically in the big raffle right here, this one, which is going to be halftime of the game. So if you want to get in, here's your chance to up your chances to get in this thing. But as we say this, let me say Motor City. He's the Cash App King for the last quarter, representing this month. Shout outs to Pat Pfeiffer, who's currently leading this month. Daniel Berry Sports Highlights is second so far this month with his pre-stream drop tonight. Shout outs to him. Shout outs to John Luna, of course, for making things happen here at MCF. Shout outs to Dave B in the raffle. AOD in the raffle, gifting the membership. Daniel Mesa in the raffle. Joey Badass in the raffle. And Skeptical Fan now in the raffle. Officially. I think you might have been in the raffle already. You got another, I think it's another entry now, right, brother? There you go, Skeptical Fan. So, hey, Pat Pfeiffer, she might win. That's the Cash App side. We'll see what happens. A quarterly raffle, guys, the chances are now ending because I'm ending the stream. That's why. So, an hour and a half of Cowboy news, updates, and info. If you have any questions, though, let me know. But our backup corner, that's what we discussed. I'll say it real quick. Skeptical Fan, the backup corner is going to, there's 2 guys that are getting kind of I guess you could say, are going to be the two options. We can either promote, and I say this in a very disconcerting way, promoting an undrafted rookie in Zion Childress, which, yeah, he's all right, but you really think he's ready? You really think he's ready? Promote an undrafted guy from the practice squad, an undrafted rookie that we cut and picked back up. So then that's one option. And the other option is Reddy Stewart, which knows Matt Everfluss, but he's only played 2 games in the NFL. Those are the two options, and Reddy Stewart is the favorite. He's a ball hawker. Everfluss says he likes him better. It looks like he's going to be playing it, but again, it's like literally getting a guy that we barely even know can play or not. So we're really in trouble. If we get hurt with Elam, we get hurt with Trevon Diggs, there's fixabilities there. We get Stephon Gilmore, and that would help. But no, Stephon Gilmore is not going to help us in the slot. That's the issue, right? So that's where it's at. Reddy Stewart is the best option, unfortunately. Zion Childress, the undrafted rookie that we cut, repicked up on the practice squad. He's the other option. No more Israel Mukuamu. We did not pick him back up. I don't think anyone did. No more, what's his name? Damn, number 43. No more Keemon Hall. We cut him too. Those are the 2 guys that were the whole preseason, the whole training camp. We're working those guys in the slot. And then we cut both of them and picked 2 new guys that probably are not really too familiar with the system. Now one of them got to start. Let's see what happens. Stewart's going to be the guy, but it's not a happy sight for sure. Let's hope he's a miracle player for us. Anyways, on that note, thank you all for real. Skeptical Fan, Joey Badass, Daniel Mesa, AOD, Dave B, John Luna, Daniel Berry Sports Highlights, Tammy Soltis, Amazing Games, Citizen ZL. Aussie. We got oh shit, I almost broke that one. We got Aussie, we got Gerald Swaim, we got Mary Alvarez, Indian Boogie, everybody in the membership side of things. Thank you all. And thank you guys for dropping the love here, whether it was gifting memberships, like you see Skeptical Fan, you saw John Luna do it, he's Skeptical. I think now he's in the lead, right? Skeptical, you should be back in the lead now. I think he's at 6 versus the 5 from John Luna. So there you go. Yeah, I corrected it right at the last second. I corrected it. Shout outs to Mr. Skeptical Fan doing his thing. And hey, thank you all for participating here. Daniel Mesa, Skeptical Fan, of course the man Seabass, Antoine Scott, Karam Morani, the man John Luna, even Queefy, Juan Carlos in the house, Diamond Rattler, C-Doc, Carrie, Juan Carlos, of course, yes, Tony A, what's up, Sniper, AOD, Candace Levy, Dave Brown, MCF Senior, Joey Badass, Candace Levy, Rolando Rodriguez. Have a good one, brother. Appreciate you all. Truth Bomb, who got himself a membership there. Thank you all. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Oh, did he get picked up by the Panthers? Okay, he did get. Thank you for that, Skeptical. Israel Bukuamu is with the Panthers. That's pretty much it, though. I talked a little bit about the Deron Bland injury. He's gonna miss a bunch of weeks, probably 2 to 3 weeks, maybe more. Who knows? We'll know more next week. And just a little bit of info about the Eagle game, transferring it to this game, and I see he's gonna bounce back. But it's gotta be better. It's gotta be better. That's it. Simple as that. We can't get mad at the last game too much. I didn't expect much from it, and we hung in there and played well. So we should have won it, blew it, but I didn't expect to win it anyways. Now I definitely expect to destroy the fucking Giants, destroy them open. Let's go. Have a good night, Skeptical Fan. Take care, peace, and love, and thank you. Thank you all for rocking with us here, with me. But the wife is here in spirit. She of course, will be here for the reaction game day stream against the Giants, 1 p.m. Eastern. And we'll have our raffle for the jersey. We got some new names to add to that list. Thank you guys for that. Thank you, John Luna, for making it happen. And, of course, at that point, any raffle stuff we do at that point will be new going forward. You know what I'm saying? For the new month. So we'll start a new raffle at that point for the game with a goal and go from there. So anyways, on that note, guys, thank you again. Hit the thumbs up and on the like and all that good stuff. Subscribe, of course. And all that. But we can't do this without you guys. You know why we do this each and every day right here on this channel. It's about that navy blue, that silver too, and that star over everything. Win, lose, or draw, good, bad, or ugly, here on this channel, here on My Cowboys Family, we always rep that star over everything. And yes, this channel here on YouTube way over 8 years and going, way over 9 seasons and flowing. Never forget the number one thing here, now, and forever. As always, never forget. Go Cowboys! Let's get that 6 and beyond. Sooner than later, please. Before the Eagles get 3, please. Anyways, thank you guys. Go Cowboys. Have a good night, Skeptical, and everybody else in the house. Thank you. You could be anywhere. You're here with us. Appreciate you all chilling with us. Thank you for dropping your knowledge in the chat all night long. Thank you for dropping the love from above. Always, always appreciate the help through this channel. I already shouted you guys out multiple times. You know, there's so much. Just we truly cannot do this without you guys. And I appreciate you guys hanging in there with the more limited shows that we've been doing because of schedule changes and things like that. But we're still rocking it. We're still pulling through and still going to be here at least twice a week, if not more. So with a lot of video shorts to keep you updated on all the news, info, and updates that we do here on My Cowboys Family. Thank you all. Thank you. But, you know, after all the drops of knowledge and drops of love, it is time for me to drop out of here for the night. And before we can relock and reload for the game day show and the live reaction against the Giants week 2, before all that, we can redo all that. We got to make sure. Before we relock and reload, we got to remember the number one thing here, now, and forever. As the wife always says, before we can drop out of here, what do we got to do? We got to drop the beat. Woo! Beat's been dropped. It's a wrap. Thank you guys again. Hit the like, subscribe, the bell. You know, I'm going to probably say it again. But you can be anywhere you're here chilling with us, with me, on a replay maybe, hitting the comment and hitting that like and subscribing, talking about some Dallas Cowboys, you know what I mean? So we got, you know, video shorts. We got a lot of video shorts. We got live streams, interaction. We got live stream reactions. We got, you know, try to do everything Cowboys here. You know how we do this. And it will continue. Thank you all once again. Appreciate you all. John Luna and the rest of the crew. Thank you. And of course, this time catch the ball, CeeDee Lamb, please. Please. Dak would have been like 240 yards. 240 yards and 2 touchdowns. Deron Bland, get better quick, please. Good job from Dak. Good job from Schottenheimer starting it off. Now it's time to bash the Giants from New York in Big D. It's time to smash the Giants with Big D. You know what I'm talking about. In Dallas. Let's go Cowboys. Right here in MCF, you know what it's about. You know what it's always about. That navy blue, that silver too, and that star over everything. Never forget the number one thing right here, My Cowboys Family. You guys. Thank you for making this happen. The interactions, the support. Thank you. And that's what it's all about. Trying to be non-biased and passionate. Can't do this without you guys. Hit that like. Hit subscribe, hit that notification bell, and follow us on all local media, on all social media, at My Cowboys Family, Twitter, and all that stuff. And of course, check all the other information in the comments down below. John Luna's, Cash App situation with his buddy. Check it out. Drop some love for him too. Thank you guys. Have a good one. Stay safe. Peace out. Oh yeah, and never ever forget. Go Cowboys! Woo! See you on Sunday.
Monk on the beat.